I am Hans and this is my channel. I am on my way back to my house again because I have 2 more motorcycles being delivered that I bought on Amazon. These are 125 pit bikes and I have 4 in total coming, but there are 2 that are here now. So we are going to the house to meet the driver, and he said that he's too much of a wimp to make it up the driveway again, so he wants to put them in the back of my truck. What's up with people that can't drive anymore? Especially when that's your job. You're a driver for your job and you're not going to drive up my driveway. I got a big turnaround. He could easily get up there, turn around. There's only a handful of us out there that know how to drive. I am proud to be one of them. And I don't even do it for a living. I should. Maybe I should do it for a living. You know what? I should race cars for a living. That would be a cool job. I mean, is that a job? I said the guy would not drop it off up here at my driveway again, so I had to put it in the back of my truck. Fortunately, this time, instead of me having to just use all my muscles to get it out like I did with the Hawk, I had my brother come over. He helped me get both of them out because I have 2. This video is only going to be about this one, but I have 4 bikes that I'm going to put together over this next series. So there will be 4 little builds, and these are all either a 110, 3 125s coming. And I just wanted to do a Pepsi challenge. I wanted to get 3 of them, put them side by side, which one's a good one, which one's not, and we're going to find that out together because I don't know. I've never owned a 125. I've never owned a pit bike. My niece wants to learn how to ride. My wife wants to learn how to ride. My brother's wife wants to learn how to ride. So we're gonna get some bikes that are easy to ride and learn on. These are gonna be the really good bikes for that. And then we'll either keep them, or if we just don't like them, we can sell them off. And you know, it's just the beginning of summer right now, so it shouldn't be an issue. Right now, I wanna get into this box and see what's in there. So let's do that right now. So I got the back undone. I gotta get the front undone. And then down here, we've got this little guy here. There's a couple spacers here. We're gonna definitely wanna keep track of those. Don't let those get lost. We have loosened this up already. We're gonna just take that off. We're gonna reuse this bolt when we put the front tire on. And then you've got your brakes over here with your caliper. They're already installed. When we put the tire on, we're gonna need to space those out a little bit. So we're gonna need to have something like a little plastic shim or something to get in there to spread those out a little bit, so when we put the caliper in, it'll just slide right in. See, it's just welded into these little L brackets, so we'll just slide that thing out, and there's no pressure or anything on these forks, so it should just pop out. Okay, hopefully I can get it done really fast. Pretty balanced. I'm just gonna use one of these little plastic tools to spread the caliper apart. So what we have to do is get this kind of evenly spread apart so that I can get my caliper in here. I'm gonna use this plastic tool so I don't do any damage to the caliper, the brake pads. Now we can put the tire on and be ready to go. Okay, so I have 2 of these little spacers right here. So we have 2 of these. This one on this side is going to be the short one, and then this one on this side is going to be this longer one. This isn't like a real easy thing to do, but once we get the tire kind of lined up with the bolt that we're going to put in there, we can just kind of start placing these guys in there. I'm going to take the shorter one of these 2, which is this one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on the bolt as it's sticking through a little bit. Slide that thing in, just a little bit like that. Now we're ready to lift that up, put it through this hole, and then we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll put this thing in and then we'll stick it through this side. We should be good. The one thing I found is that inside of this hub, there's another little guide that goes in there, like a spacer. You have to get that spacer lined up so this thing will go all the way through. So if you take a long screwdriver and go in from the other side, you can kind of just lift it up until that bolt goes in. There it goes. So I just lifted it up and put it in, lifted it up, and this thing slid right in. Now I have to get this other spacer in on this other side, which is gonna be a little bit tricky maybe. Let's just back it out to where that thing is almost all the way out. There we go. We can kind of shimmy that thing in. There. Ooh. Close. There it goes. All right. Couple nice little tappies with the hammer there. We're good. Okay. And just so that there's no mistakes, we are gonna just tighten this thing up right now so that we don't have any mistakes or accidents and we forget that we were supposed to tighten that thing up. Okay, so we've got that spacer there. We were able to put the bolt through, go into here. What I did is I put the screwdriver in through this hole in there. I lifted up that part that's inside of that hub in order to get that bolt to go in. Then I put that spacer in and I hit it with a hammer until it went through to this thing. And obviously you want to be careful because you don't want to ruin those threads, but you do want to get it as lined up as you can and then tap it in. I was just using this rubber mallet so it wasn't going to damage the end of this or hit it so hard that it ruined the threads on this side. So now we are ready to put the handlebars on. So I only have one of the brackets on here, or the mounts here. You can see this one's on. This is the one that fell off, but at least the handlebars aren't dangling down, and I could probably give this thing a test drive the way that it is now. Did not put the front fender on. What was I thinking? Okay, so I got this little mini bike slash pit bike. There's no clutch, so I'm not sure what this is considered. I'm gonna say it's a mini bike. So the DB24, this is a TAO motor racing. It's a race bike, because it says it right here on the side, motor racing. So I can't wait to race this thing with somebody. You got a little key here for your ignition, so nobody can steal it from you. Other than missing this one part, it looks like everything's here and it's ready to go. So I'm gonna just check the oil. Just a disclaimer, you guys, I know that the first thing they say to do when you get this is to drain the oil and put fresh oil in. The oil that they put in is just cheap oil that they can use to transport it so that the engine case doesn't dry out. So after it gets to you in your garage, you can start it up and run it for, you know, however long, just to kind of make sure it's going to start and run. But after that, get that oil out, get some fresh oil in. They just ask for 1040, I think, on most of it. And that's one thing that all of the instructions have said that I think is probably a good idea no matter what. Oil's cheap. It's not hard to change, so just get that done. So let's take a look at this bike and look at a little bit closer. So this is a closer look at the TAO. This thing is so funny. My niece is gonna love it, I think. Look, 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 look. Before we go all the way crazy and get this thing full up, I just wanna check. Shit, man, I don't know about this. Whoa. Shut up. Are you serious? What was that, 3 or 4 kicks? What? Oh, no way. No way. Put it in gear. What? Shut up. Dude, this thing feels like it's got a ton of power too. I'm not exaggerating. This thing feels like it has a ton of power. Oh my God, I can't wait to go rip this around. Let's tighten this thing up though. That's definitely a problem because the other one just cold fell off. 4 kicks, right? Or was it 3? And it just worked. I don't even know if I had the choke on. I didn't even have the choke on. Holy moly. We gotta try that again, just for fun. Let's see here. All right, that's it for tonight. I'm missing one. They don't call me a daredevil for nothing. So I did it again. I bought more motorcycles from Amazon. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm just impressed with how cheap these things are. The first one I got was the carbureted Hawk, and that thing was super cool. It ran really good. It sold super fast. Like, I just put it on Craigslist and I made a couple $100 like that. I didn't even want to sell it really, but I just wanted to see if it would sell, and sure enough, the guy wanted it super bad. So that one sold. I haven't put anything else up for sale on Craigslist because I actually want to do some reviews and I want to get some more footage of these things actually driving and test them out, kind of put them through their paces. So I have another one here and I have 2 more showing up. The reason I got into these pit bikes is because my niece wants to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And my wife just rode this one. She's never ridden a motorcycle before. She was able to stick this in first gear, go down the driveway nice and slow. She did great. She actually had a big old smile on her face and she was really having fun with it. And that's what I want. I want my brother's wife wants to learn how to ride too. These are small enough and not powerful, not too powerful, but they do, you know, kind of, you guys went with me to the pasture. It actually did pretty well. So they're pretty cool bikes. I'm impressed with them so far. For under $1,000, you just can't beat that. The smiles you get are worth every penny. So we're gonna build this one. If you guys like this kind of content and wanna see more bikes being built, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button if you want to be notified for my next build, which is going to be this one. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel, and you will see me in the next video.
Let's go!